Right now at 5, the man who died while cleaning a water tank over the weekend has now been identified.
And the city of Winona is looking at options to build a new fire station.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. Police have released the name of the man who died after getting stuck in a water tank Saturday. According to the Trumpeldor County Sheriff's Office, 30-year-old Carlos Medina of El Paso, Texas, was part of a crew cleaning the inside of the City of Blair water tank. His co-workers believe Medina entered into a hypothermic state and lost hand mobility and strength. They were unable to get him out of the water until first responders arrived. Life-saving measures were performed but were unsuccessful. The accident is still under investigation.
Yeah, we definitely had the wet weather continue today with the rain that has accumulated quite a bit and has changed over to snow too. But those wet conditions are going to continue now. Actually, look outside, the temperatures have actually improved too. Overall, we're still at 39 in La Crosse, 37 Eau Claire. But as I'll show you further south as we go, it actually is in the 50s right now. So if you look at overall radar screen, you can see the radar pretty much has seen a little bit of a break here in the rain activity as it's pushed further north. But we are going to see more developing as we continue to go throughout the time frame. Right now, as we kind of time that out, we'll start seeing coverage of it, but also keep track of the temperatures. They're not going to go down tonight. They're actually going to continue to slowly rise or be fairly steady as you go further north. But overall, we're going to see that batch of rain to the west, which is more moderate, begin to approach to the area probably as we go closer to 2 or 3, even the morning commute. So as that shifts eastward, definitely look for some moderate rainfall as we go through tomorrow's morning commute. But temperatures in the upper 30s to mid 40s, even low 50s, and that actually will be the high temperature, because as we go later in the broadcast, I'll kind of break down what we're going to expect with the temperatures, because we do have snow coming back in the forecast as the temperatures begin to fall tomorrow. Dry conditions, if you're looking forward to that, coming back Wednesday. So we'll break that down a bit later.
Thank you, Greg.
The embattled court clerk who oversaw the Alex Murdaugh murder trial in South Carolina has resigned. Becky Hill was accused of tampering with the jury during the trial, but a judge ruled the allegations against her were not enough to grant Murdaugh a new trial. Hill said her decision to resign comes after much reflection. In his decision not to grant Murdaugh a new trial, the judge said Hill's comments in front of the jury did not influence its guilty verdict. Last year, Murdaugh was convicted in the murders of his wife and 22-year-old son.
Former President Donald Trump left court today with somewhat mixed results in 2 legal issues playing out in separate venues. The former president lashed out after a judge refused to delay one case in criminal court. The judge setting a trial date of April 15th for the case involving hush money payments made to former adult film star Stormy Daniels and others. Trump has pleaded not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records and labeled the whole thing a, quote, witch hunt. His attorneys are appealing.
We very much believe that starting this trial in April, or even starting this trial at any point before the election, is completely unfair to President Trump.
A conviction in this case would not prevent Trump from running for or being elected president, but another judgment threatens to ruin his image as a successful businessman. Today was due day for nearly a $500 million bond covering a civil judgment that found Trump inflated the value of his properties and his net worth in order to secure favorable loans. But this morning, an appeals panel granted a stay, giving Trump 10 days to pay a reduced bond of $175 million, which he says he'll pay in cash.
There's a major shakeup at Boeing amid the company's ongoing troubles.
Several top officials, including the CEO, are stepping down this year. Chris Van Cleve has the details.
Dave Calhoun was brought on as Boeing CEO in 2020 to right the company after 2 737 MAX jets crashed, killing 346 people. Now he says he'll leave by the end of the year, following January's 737 door panel blowout during an Alaska Airlines flight.
We have another mountain to climb.
Calhoun told CNBC he's not leaving right away because he wants to see Boeing through this latest turbulence.
Let's not avoid what happened with Alaska Air. Let's not avoid the call for action. Let's not avoid the changes that we have to make in our factory. Let's not avoid the need to slow down a bit and let the supply chain catch up.
Since the Alaska Airlines incident, federal investigators have found issues with Boeing's 737 production process, including indications the door panel's bolts were not reinstalled after repair work was done on the Boeing production line.
It's going to take well into next year to get the house fully back in order. This is going to be a multi-year process.
Scott Hamilton is an aviation industry consultant for Leham Company in Washington State. He says Boeing needs to look outside for its next leader.
The problem with staying inside the company, whether it's for a corporate level or for Boeing commercial airplanes, is that they're really steeped in the culture that is broken right now.
Calhoun is one of 3 top executives departing the company. Boeing's board chair and head of commercial airplanes are also leaving. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News.
The CEO of the commercial airplane unit, Stan Deal, is out effective immediately.
In a letter to employees, Calhoun called the Alaska Airlines incident a watershed moment and that the company needs to install a total commitment to safety and quality at every level of our company. Construction is beginning on U.S. Highway 14 in Westby. Governor Evers is approving an almost $12 million contract for the project. It will improve U.S. 14 or North Main Street between High Echo Lane and Locust Street. North Main Street will be reconstructed with 2 travel lanes, parking lanes, and intersection improvements. A roundabout will be added to the North Main Street and Main Street intersection. During construction, the roadway will stay open to traffic with a local detour. The construction is scheduled to finish in June of next year.
A Coulee Region school is celebrating new renovations. Students at St. Paul's Lutheran School in Onalaska were able to officially enjoy new upgrades. School officials say the new gymnasium is double the size of the old one, and 11 new classrooms for early childhood programs in STEM, art, and music classes are giving students new learning opportunities.
A greater opportunity to learn in some new environments that allow them to have some more flexibility as to what they're able to do, expand some of our programming with our larger gymnasium.
And the school campus has more renovations to come. Old classrooms will be converted into office spaces, including a brand new main office. The school is also creating a new entry that will have improved security. The entire project is expected to be finished this fall.
The Winona Fire Department is on the hunt for a new building.
Why a new location is critical for facility upgrades.
Does your roof look great from the ground, but yet it's still leaking? We see roofs every day that look great, but the important details weren't done correctly. With the average cost of a replacement roof being north of $25,000, that might not be what you need. Let one of our specialists give you a free 16-point inspection and let you know exactly what's really wrong with your roof and show you how we can restore it, saving you thousands. Remember, when you think roofing, think Larson, Wisconsin's best roofing experience.
A woman is someone who gets mad at you for something you did 3 years ago. A woman is someone who makes you check every door and lock in the house after she just checked every door and lock in the house. Hey, here's something. Honey, the only person who wants to kill you is already in the house.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 60 months, plus $1,000 cash back on Tundra Hybrid when you finance through Toyota Financial Services.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
The city of Winona is eyeballing 2 potential locations for construction of a new central fire station that they hope will replace their current headquarters. Both the mayor and fire chief say the current building is out of date and poses health concerns for firefighters.
News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall is live in Winona with a look at the options the city is considering. Jeremy.
Well, Emily, the city is eyeballing 2 locations. One of them is a parcel next to Central Grade School. The other one is a parcel next to the Central Fire Station where we're standing. Now, it's not just upgrades in construction they're looking at. They're also looking at a place where they can maintain the proper response times.
We want to make sure that we have a facility that'll last another 50 years. As with any building, any municipal facility, it will wear out.
According to Mayor Sherman, that's what's happening to Winona's Central Fire Station. Since 1955, it's called East 3rd Street Home. But as it continues to age, Fire Chief Joe Corcoran says the ventilation system is wearing out, raising health and safety concerns.
The fires these days have lots of carcinogens and other products in that when they're off-gassing are hazardous to the firefighters' health. So when we have a fire and we come back here, where we're cleaning everything has direct paths to the living quarters.
There are no elevators in the current firehouse either, meaning the building isn't ADA compliant. Getting new fire trucks is also difficult.
In 1955, a truck was less than 8 feet tall. Now they're 13 feet plus. When we ordered our most recent trucks, we had to build them specifically so they could make it into the building.
Half of the garage doors are only 10 feet tall. Chief Corcoran says they're unable to get their apparatus into some of the garages. Where the city decides to build it is vital.
One of the primary focuses that we are putting on location is maintaining response times and our ISO rating. So we have dedicated a specific area within Winona that would be ideal for our Central Fire Station.
That area includes space next to the former Central Grade School and space next to the current station.
One of the downsides to this specific location is that we would have to keep this station operational while we were building a new one. So that might require purchasing some other homes that are on this block.
This will cost anywhere from $18 to $28 million. The city of Winona already has $7 million from the state legislature. And that money that they have already, guys, is intended for design and for land acquisition. They say they want to get more money to use towards construction. Live in Winona, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. A salute to Stumpy.
As some Washington, D.C. icons are set to be retired soon. We have the reason why in just a few minutes.
We're going to go from the rain again, and then we're going to switch right back to snow for your Tuesday as the system begins to wrap up. So we'll plan that out, show you how much snow we may get, when we'll dry out, and what Easter weekend also looks like. All that coming up on your First One Weather Update after the break.
During the spring savings event, save up to $800 on the Beautyrest Black Collection. It's for a limited time, so shop for the best selection only at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
Here's California banker Eric Hovde running for U.S. Senate. But Hovde's lifestyle? Pure California. CEO of $1 billion bank. Here's Hovde's over $7 million Laguna Beach mansion. And 3 years in a row, Eric Hovde was named one of Orange County's most influential residents. Multimillionaire California banker Eric Hovde. On Wisconsin's side, don't bank on it. Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get 2.9% APR for 72 months on select Sierra 1500 models.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Are you or a loved one having troubles getting in and out of the bathtub safely? Has the high cost of remodeling left you without options? I'm Tim with Tri-State Tub to Shower Conversions, and I've been serving the Tri-State area since 1992. And I would love to make your bathing experience safe and affordable. We use your existing tub and remove the front section for easy accessibility. And for an affordable cost, call today.
During the spring savings event, save up to $800 on the Beautyrest Black Collection. It's for a limited time, so shop for the best selection only at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
The sun is setting on a beloved cherry blossom tree that's become a social media phenom.
Crowds have been flocking to Washington, D.C. to see the misshapen tree nicknamed Stumpy before it's cut down later this spring, along with more than 100 other cherry trees.
Yeah, the National Park Service says it's part of a 3-year project to rebuild the seawalls around the tidal basin, which are crumbling due to the daily flooding. Floodwater has also inundated trees in the area, just like Stumpy, which has been killing them.
It sounded like just a cool, interesting tree and something that I wanted to come see before he gets removed for the restoration project.
Once we're finished, once the seawall's high enough and the water stays in the tidal basin, we look forward to having an environment where the trees can grow without those threats to their long-term well-being.
Officials say cuttings from Stumpy will be used to develop genetic matches that will be replanted when the repair project is complete.
I feel like they did it dirty. I mean, Stumpy is not a great
Stumpy,
name.
I know. It's such a beautiful, blossomy tree.
Yeah.
His name's Stumpy.
It's such a negative, like, weird connotation for poor little tree. But yes, the long-term goal there to solidify things and keep the trees from being harmed make a lot of sense.
It makes sense, yeah.
Got to get down there one day to actually see those cherry blossoms.
I know. It's a bucket list, either in Japan or Washington, D.C.
Sure.
Washington, D.C. is closer, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's send it over to Greg for the updates on our spring-like weather.
Definitely, we got a lot of rain, and we need it with the drought conditions going on, that snow and rain. So there's a lot of good news with the weather that we're having. You may not like it, but for the soils and all that is really plentiful. We need the moisture. But so we still got rain tonight. The rain then begins to turn back to snow on Tuesday. We're not expecting any amount of accumulation like we saw on Sunday. And then a dry, chilly, cold Wednesday, and then our temperatures will start climbing back up. But for the time being, it's really going to be wet conditions. As mentioned earlier, we're really having a break in the activity, but then we're going to see this band come across here through the morning commute. This one is going to be probably a moderate, maybe some heavy rainfall through the morning commute, and it'll begin to lift north as the low now centered over there begins to also shift east by 7. So right after about 7 to 9, we might see a little bit of a break in the precipitation. So it won't be so bad as you go out to noon, but then the back edge of this, and the back edge of this low now is actually cold enough to be all snow as the temperatures begin to fall. The other thing to note, too, is the temperatures, they'll start off in the mid-40s by noon or in the mid-30s up to the north. They're going to continue to fall in the afternoon. So this is the band that'll come through in the afternoon towards the evening. Not expecting a lot of accumulation with this, but it will be during the evening commute for some areas. And notice the temperatures by 4 p.m. we're back below freezing. And then we'll continue on across, and then we'll start seeing a decrease to about 7 to 8. It should start wrapping up as temperatures then get back down into the mid-20s. Now, the snow rate probably won't be as high to see mainly accumulation on roads. They definitely will be wet. You'll probably have some reduced visibility, but for the most part, we're not expecting amounts of really high amounts of snow with the back edge coming through. Amounts of precipitation really farther north and west to go. a ½ inch to an inch. A little bit less as you go further south La Crosse because we got that little dry air that's kind of punched up through about La Crosse. So we'll maybe see up to about a ½ inch or less in some of these areas. A lot more as you go further north. But everyone's going to get something here for the next 24 hours. Snow amounts, as I mentioned, not seeing a lot, but we'll have to keep an eye on it just because of the timing, and if it does develop a little bit, 1 to 2 inches, and that's more or less not on road areas. It's on grassy areas or snow already on the ground that we'll see accumulations come through. But visibility will be reduced during the evening commute, so something to take note of. And if we do, temperatures continue to fall throughout the night, we might see some slick spots too for your Wednesday morning commute. And we'll time that out better tomorrow to see how things progress. Easter weekend's coming up. Right now, really the pattern looks a little bit unsettled, but nothing too bad. We're going to have these little waves come across from the west. So one maybe potentially Friday. There could be a couple through the weekend. None of these pose a big threat for precipitation, but there will be chances throughout Easter weekend. Nothing like we saw with this system, but we'll fine tune as we get closer to the event. But for tonight, it's really just going to be the wet conditions, especially going towards the morning commute. Temperatures actually rising up. These are the temperatures right now. They'll probably be in the mid to upper 40s as we wake up. And then the temperatures, these are the highs in the morning hour, not what you'll see by the end of the day. They'll be back in the 20s and 30s with the rain turning back to snow, and that will impact the Tuesday evening commute. Once again, we got a cool, chilly Wednesday with 37 for the high temp, and we should be around 50 for this time of year. Dry conditions, and then we're somewhat unsettled through Easter weekend, but nothing like we've had with this rain. We'll time that out a little better as we get closer to the event, but overall, it won't be anything significant like we saw this rain or snow, but it might be some rain showers for Easter weekend.
All right, good to keep in mind. Thank you, Greg. Well, possibly the next housing frontier.
How a 3D printed underwater home will give insights into the depths.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
We've done many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, they are correct.
Enjoy one of our tasty bagel sandwiches paired with a caramel frappe.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. Whether you're ready to hit the road, tackle the yard, or start a new project, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like 36-pound bags of Estate Crabgrass Preventer, $32.99. 20-pound bags of Blaine's brand Cardinal Songbird food, $14.99. Rewards members save an extra $1. And 5 quarts of Blaine's Full Synthetic Motor Oil, $23.99. Just $20.99 for rewards members. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Things have sure changed since Osseo Automotive had its roots 100 years ago. But one thing remains the same: our commitment to service and great deals at Osseo Ford and Nels Gunderson Chevrolet. Drive home this new 2024 Chevy Equinox for just $33,445 with financing as low as 1.9%. Or this new 2023 Chevy Silverado for just $41,900 with over $10,000 in discounts and rebates. Osseo Automotive is Osseo Ford and Nels Gunderson Chevrolet, Rudy's in Whitehall, and Fountain City Ford.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
Whether it's a bathroom remodel or comprehensive plumbing services, we at Maxwell White strive to keep our neighbors safe and comfortable in their homes, offering honest, upfront pricing on every service, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call Maxwell White today.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, it's said we know more about our moon than our seas, with 95% of the Earth's oceans still unexplored.
Water covers 71% of the Earth's surface, and much of what lurks below is still a mystery.
But we have this wonderful alien world in the ocean, a world that is wholly underexplored.
British startup Deep wants to plant people 650 feet under the waves.
What we're trying to do is buy time, raise productivity for science, for research, and other critical activities that occur on the seabed.
They created a 3D printed sea station called the Sentinel, roughly half the size of a Boeing 777.
Getting 6 robots to work in synchronization, so they will be printing harmoniously together to lay down nearly 30 tons of metal for each segment.
Once finished, it'll include all the amenities you might expect: bathrooms, dining room, soundproof bedrooms, and research labs where scientists hope to uncover new secrets to living longer.
In terms of what we might discover from a healthcare perspective or a lifespan perspective, it's more likely we find a cure for a neurodegenerative disease or cancer in our oceans.
The company envisions scientists living in the high-tech station for a month at a time to boldly explore our deep blue seas. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
I think bold is definitely an apt term to use for a project
most
like
definitely.
this. The design for the sea station has been approved by a group of independent experts to ensure its safety.
Creators hope to have a permanent presence under the oceans by 2027.
Bizarre to say out loud. But then again, one of our producers was pointing out that, you know, the International Space Station. You wouldn't think about living up there for a time, but that's
now
possible.
That's happening.
Now under the seas. Go figure.
Exploring all types of territories there.
Yeah. And love the upside, but you could not pay me to go down there.
No, I agree. Yeah, I'm not into scuba diving, or I mean, I'll wade in the water. That is about as far as deep as I'll go in the ocean. Yep.
Agreed.
Okay, we'll have another look at tonight's forecast after the break.
Is your gravel or dirt driveway migrating into your yard? Then it's time to call North Central Paving. Specializing in paving, seal coating, repairs, crack filling, and new installations, North Central Paving can handle all your asphalt needs. Call 608-781-4423 today to get your free estimate.
Does your roof look great from the ground, but yet it's still leaking? We see roofs every day that look great, but the important details weren't done correctly. With the average cost of a replacement roof being north of $25,000, that might not be what you need. Let one of our specialists give you a free 16-point inspection and let you know exactly what's really wrong with your roof and show you how we can restore it, saving you thousands. Remember, when you think roofing, think Larson, Wisconsin's best roofing experience.
The Honda you want is here. Get a great offer on the stylish HR-V or the Civic. Which car and driver called fun to drive? There's never been a better time to drive in the moment with Honda. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
T-Mobile coverage in my area is wonderful.
We have 8 acres, and it gives you peace of mind to know that you're going to have a reliable signal.
We enjoy hiking. We enjoy the outdoors. The coverage has been great.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Try T-Mobile's network free for 3 months. Your phone, our network, no strings.
Toma Health Warrens Clinic provides convenient care for minor illnesses and injuries.
We offer same-day and next-day appointments, mostly for urgent care, non-life-threatening conditions, things like colds, coughs, urine infections, sore throat, ear infections. The staff are completely awesome. We are a small group, and so we're very much a family, and we hope that when people come, they feel that same environment as well. Toma Health Warrens Clinic offers convenient quality care when you need it most.
Contact North Central Paving to make your life smoother.
All right, tomorrow morning's commute will be wet. The PM commute will probably see snow. Probably will be still wet roads, but something to keep in mind up for Tuesday evening was if we change back to snow. And that 47s in the morning, by this time tomorrow, will be actually probably in the low 30s as we fall back. So overall, it's going to be cold Wednesday, but then we should mild up.
Warming up.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Back to where we should be, which is around 50, yes.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 6.